The costume designer will have a budget which he has to keep, and also they have to keep to a strict deadline. They keep accurate financial records and weekly expenditure reports. They're produced to keep an overall production schedule, as well as being able to see whether they are staying within budget. The costume designer is also responsible for the production schedule of the construction of the garments, and directly as well to the day-to-day breakdown of the responsibilities of how they're going to achieve this goal on strict deadlines. Once they've done that, they use their communication skills to portray what they want to the costume makers. But the costume designers need to be experienced in all aspects of the construction of the costume, from pattern cutting to sewing, to explain how the garment is to be constructed. This also applies to millinery and shoes. They have to know how to dye, if they wanted feathers, for example, a yellow feather, and they needed a specific shade, they would have to know how to do the process of dyeing the feathers. This is just an example. They supervise all fabric research and the purchases, and again, they have to know how it's done, and once it's done, then they will then put the responsibilities to the costume makers. Once the costumes are made and put on for the first time, they will oversee how the fitting is on the actor who is particularly wearing the costume, and make sure they feel comfortable in the clothes. Another thing that they do with a lot of the garments these days is they put an underlining which will absorb sweat, and it keeps delicate fabrics from basically just falling apart over usage, because if you've got a garment which, say for instance, is leather can't be washed, so they'll put like a built-in body stocking in, which will then absorb all the sweat, but it will keep the costume durability longer.